The music industry has never been immune to scandal, but the dramatic legal clash between rising singer Jamal Robert and country music powerhouse Carrie Underwood has taken even seasoned entertainment observers by surprise. At 37 years old, Jamal has finally taken the bold step of filing a lawsuit against Carrie, accusing her of cheating, sabotage, and deliberate interference in his career. This conflict, erupting from the glittering stage of a televised music competition, has evolved into a bitter court case that exposes the dark mechanisms operating behind the scenes of fame. The accusations leveled against Carrie Underwood are explosive. Jamal claims that she not only tried to diminish his success, but actively orchestrated a campaign to damage his reputation and remove him from the spotlight. The charges allege that Carrie, a judge on the same music competition that helped launch Jamal's career, manipulated voting outcomes, influenced producers, and even took part in shaping negative narratives around him. What was once seen as a platform for new artists to rise has now been accused of being a carefully controlled machine, prioritizing image, power, and ratings over raw talent. As court filings mount and public attention intensifies, the case has drawn in fans, legal experts, and media pundits alike. The proceedings are set to shed light not just on the personal feud between two artists, but on the potentially corrupt system that governs the reality TV industry. Whether this is a single instance of injustice or the symptom of a deeper sickness in entertainment, one thing is clear. This legal showdown will leave a lasting mark on the cultural landscape. The road to fame, Jamal's rising trajectory. Jamal Robert didn't emerge overnight. His musical journey spans decades, from church choirs and local talent shows to self-funded albums that slowly gained regional traction. His passion for music was matched only by his perseverance, and he spent years honing a sound that blended traditional gospel with modern soul and R&B. It was this unique blend that caught the attention of scouts for a nationally broadcast singing competition, which became the launchpad for his moment in the spotlight. Once on the show, Jamal's performances consistently drew standing ovations and positive feedback. His charisma, vulnerability, and technical skill made him a frontrunner in the eyes of both the judges and the audience. Yet, despite widespread praise, there were subtle warning signs that something wasn't right. Fans began noticing a pattern of production choices that didn't align with Jamal's growing popularity. He was frequently placed in less favorable time slots, his video packages were shortened or poorly edited, and voting results seemed inconsistent with social media trends. What started as frustration soon turned into suspicion. Jamal began documenting the inconsistencies and building a case. He spoke with former contestants, sought legal counsel, and quietly compiled evidence. While the show's structure was meant to inspire hope and reward talent, Jamal's experience revealed an environment where success was more about internal politics and image management than the votes of the viewers. Carrie Underwood's alleged role in the controversy as a celebrated judge and industry veteran. Carrie Underwood brought prestige and visibility to the show. Her presence was seen as a seal of approval for its legitimacy, but according to Jamal's legal team, she wielded her influence in ways that deeply compromised the competition's integrity. The lawsuit outlines how Carrie reportedly expressed concern about Jamal's appeal to the audience and allegedly pressured producers to redirect attention to other contestants. While Carrie has built a reputation on humility and faith, the leaked correspondence paints a different picture. Emails and messages suggest a more calculating side of the star, with remarks indicating dissatisfaction with how much attention Jamal was receiving. In one particularly controversial email cited by Jamal's attorneys, she reportedly stated that, "We can't let this become the Jamal show." Such language, while open to interpretation, has fueled claims that Carrie was not just involved, but instrumental in efforts to marginalize him. The implications of these allegations go far beyond bruised egos. If proven true, they represent a betrayal not just of Jamal, but of the viewing public. Carrie's role in the scandal calls into question the ethics of celebrity judges and the extent to which they influence outcomes that are advertised as being determined by audience votes. It's a sobering reminder that in the world of entertainment, the biggest smiles may hide the darkest intentions. Behind the scenes, manipulation in reality television, Jamal's lawsuit has forced a reevaluation of the so-called reality TV format. For years, audiences have been led to believe that voting competitions are purely merit-based, with viewer input serving as the ultimate deciding factor. However, internal leaks from the production team suggest that producers routinely tamper with outcomes to create more dramatic television or push preferred contestants forward. According to former staffers, contestants are often categorized and scripted into roles from day one. There's the underdog, the diva, the rebel, and the fan favorite, and producers shape their editing to fit these molds. Jamal, whose musical style and outspoken views didn't fit neatly into any box, was seen as a wild card. His refusal to conform may have made him a liability in the eyes of producers seeking to maintain narrative control. These revelations have shocked fans and ignited debates about fairness. If producers and judges are able to influence or override audience votes, then the very concept of democratic selection in these shows is undermined. Jamal's courage in exposing these truths could spark a wave of reforms and increase calls for regulation within the entertainment sector, ensuring that future competitions operate under stricter transparency and accountability. The power of whistleblowers and leaked evidence central to Jamal's case are the whistleblowers and leaked materials that have brought previously hidden practices into the light. Among them is Melissa Harper, a fellow contestant who has publicly confirmed Jamal's account. In her statements, she recalled producers openly favoring certain contestants, manipulating narratives, and issuing talking points to judges to keep the storyline on track. Melissa described the immense pressure contestants felt to play along with the show's scripted arcs. Those who resisted, as Jamal often did, found themselves sidelined. She also recalled conversations where producers encouraged Carrie to endorse or discredit specific contestants, depending on their marketability. Her willingness to testify has been praised by Jamal's supporters as a brave act of integrity in an industry known for silence. In addition to testimonies, Jamal's team has obtained video recordings, internal memos, and data logs indicating possible tampering with voting systems. Legal analysts believe this evidence could prove decisive if the case proceeds to trial. While the defense may argue the materials are misinterpreted or out of context, the growing pile of corroborating evidence suggests a coordinated effort to control outcomes. And that may be enough to sway a jury. The emotional toll and public fallout this legal and media storm has not been without deep emotional consequences. Jamal has spoken candidly about the toll the experience has taken on his mental health and career. He described feeling betrayed, isolated, and exhausted by the fight to be heard. His once rising career was abruptly halted by the controversy, and even now, he faces online abuse from detractors who see the lawsuit as a publicity stunt. Despite the hardships, Jamal remains resolute in his decision to seek justice. In interviews, he has emphasized that his legal action is not about revenge, but about accountability. He hopes that by standing up, he can inspire others who have been mistreated in silence to speak out. His calm and composed demeanor under pressure has earned him a new wave of respect, not just as an artist, but as an advocate for fairness. On the other side, Carrie Underwood has experienced a reputational backlash unlike anything in her career. Long seen as America's sweetheart, she now finds herself under intense scrutiny. Her social media pages have been flooded with comments demanding answers, and a growing number of fans have publicly distanced themselves. While her management has urged the public to wait for the legal process to play out, the damage to her image may already be irreversible. Industry response and potential reform, the entertainment industry has taken notice. Producers, legal advisors, and executives from other reality franchises have begun quietly reviewing their own policies and procedures in light of Jamal's lawsuit. Some have introduced internal audits, while others are considering more transparent voting protocols and clearer guidelines for judge involvement. There's also growing pressure from advocacy groups to implement third-party oversight for voting-based competitions. They argue that if such shows claim to be decided by the public, then there must be mechanisms to verify those results. The Jamal Carrie case has given new urgency to calls for reform and could prompt networks to institute more ethical practices. In the long term, this case may become a benchmark for industry transformation. Whether through policy changes, legal precedents, or public pressure, the era of unchecked manipulation in entertainment may be coming to an end. Jamal's stand, once seen as controversial, could be remembered as the spark that forced a multi-billion-dollar industry to rethink how it treats its talent, and its audience. Looking ahead, what the future holds as the court case progresses, the entertainment world waits with bated breath. The possibility of a public trial carries enormous stakes, not only for those directly involved, but for the entire genre of reality competition. If Jamal's claims are validated in court, the implications could ripple across multiple shows, networks, and media formats, opening the door to further lawsuits and industry-wide upheaval. For Jamal, the path forward remains uncertain. His lawsuit may grant him justice, but rebuilding a career after a high-profile legal battle is no easy feat. Still, with growing public support and a renewed sense of purpose, he may find himself emerging not just as an artist, but as a reformer. His journey has resonated with a wide spectrum of viewers, not just music fans, but anyone who has ever been underestimated, marginalized, or betrayed. As for Carrie Underwood, her legacy hangs in the balance. The legal system may ultimately clear her name, but public trust is harder to win back. Her response in the coming months, whether silence, apology, or confrontation, will determine the trajectory of her career and her standing in the industry she once dominated without question.